Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm looking forward to today. Hubby gets off work early, so maybe we'll get to do something this evening. But for now, I need to do my wake up to makeup. I need to get my face on. It just, not that I've got anything important going on just yet this morning, but it always makes me feel better. So, let's share some of my tips and things that we do here. Okay, so we're going to start off with putting on a primer on the face. So putting a primer on is important. It helps give you a smoother surface, to work on. Fills in some of those little fine lines and stuff. Doesn't take much. Just squeeze a little out on my hand there. And I'll be able to take this and put it on. And you put this primer on, and you want to let it set, for a few and dry, usually about 5 minutes or so. I'm not going to take that much time this morning because I'm sure you all don't want to sit here and watch my primer dry. That probably be kind of like watching grass grow. Like, nobody wants to do that. But I'm going to put that primer on and just get that worked in. And it really does make a difference in getting that on there, doing the rest of your makeup and stuff. So we have that on. So while we're letting that sit for just a minute, one of the other primers that I put on in the morning, and where did I put it? I have too many things to pick from here. Is I put on an eye primer on my eyelids. It has just disappeared on me. Wait a minute. Here we go. I found it. So we're going to put this eye primer on, and what this will do is going to help hold our eyeshadows in place and stuff. So just fill this whole area in here. That on. Kind of pull it out a little, so if you're going to do a wing. And then if you want to put, your liner under your eye, a lot of times when that happens, you'll go back or look, an hour or two later or something, and it's kind of sliding down. So if you just run this up under the edge of your eye here, like so, that will help hold that line in place. So that's always nice, because I don't know about you, but once I do my makeup and stuff, I want it to stay. I want it to be there all day. I don't want to have to deal with it again. And with the exception of some of the lip products I use, I pretty much don't have to deal with my makeup during the day. So that's good, because we all have better things to do than sit around and do this 4 or 5 times. All right, so that's done. Now, while I'm getting my foundation ready to go, I would really appreciate it if you'd show me a little love there, subscribe to my channel, like my video. If you have any comments or suggestions, please drop them in there. I don't mind too much sharing the fact that I'm 52 years old and I just started learning to do makeup about 2 months ago. So, still learning. Love this foundation. This is our Mineral Touch Liquid Foundation. Comes with an eyedropper. You ever get foundation like that before? So we're going to take our brush, 4 dots. That's it. That's all we need. This bottle of foundation will last me a long time. Sometimes, in the course of, we're going to just spread this around a little. Sometimes in the course of a day, because, like I said, I'm learning and stuff, I will put my makeup on and off, 2 or 3 times in a row, because I'm trying new techniques and stuff. And boy, you just can't even, it's like I haven't even used any out of that thing yet. It just really spreads and goes. I'll do a video on here one day and use a much darker shade so you can see exactly how well that stuff's covering. Now, for some of you, if you're what I don't want to say older, if you're as matured as I am, you get skin issues. One of mine is that in the summertime I get much darker than I do it in the winter. But for some reason I always have a different color just right here in the middle of my neck. So when I do my foundation and I'm done, getting my whole face, then I just take it and drag it down from my jawline with me. There's not much on there, but it's just enough that it kind of fixes that. So, okay, so we got our foundation on. So the next thing I want to do is I want to work with my concealers. So you can see I get a little poofy under here. I don't sleep a whole lot, so my eyes are constantly having to function. And I have this little, I don't know, dark sunspot. We're going to call it a sunspot. I like that word better. So you got two different things you're going to do here. If you are working on under the eyes, the way that I had seen this when I was a child, and the way I still see a lot of people do it, is they'll take their concealer. A lot of people put their concealer on first, then put their foundation on. That's backwards. You need to go foundation first, then concealer. So putting some on and dotting it under your eye and running it to try to cover this is not the way to do that. So I watched a makeup artist on YouTube the other day, and she showed me. She showed us how to do it. So you're going to do lines down, out, away from. Okay, out, away from. And then we're going to work this in. Now, I'm a little blind, so I have to lean in here close to look at it. But by doing this and pulling it out, away from, it works better. When you're doing the concealer for like this, for the dark of under the eyes and stuff, you want to use a shade lighter than your regular foundation. I take mine up in the corner of my eye here too, for whatever reason. Have like a little dark spot up there, so I always run it up there. But you want to use a foundation color one shade lighter than your primary foundation that you use, because that's gonna also function it as a highlight. Okay, so you see how you can kind of see some of that in there, but that's okay because we're gonna fix that. So what we'll do is, all right, I set my lid down somewhere. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a makeup sponge. This little, take this, get it wet, squeeze it out, and then just work this in. You're not removing it. You're just blending it in with your regular foundation that you already have on there. And so that works out really well. And look at that. Blended it right in there. So we're in good shape. Now, for a dark, like a sunspot or something like that, you're going to want to use the same shade as your foundation. And just cover that up. Just a little. Okay, I had to get closer to my mirror to be able to see that. So I'm going to let that one sit on there for just a minute, while I tell you the next thing that we're going to do. So the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to go in and I'm going to contour my face. The easiest thing to remember, or primary thing to remember, especially if you have a round face like I do, is you're going to put on an E and a 3. That's your main contouring right there. Another one that I do is down right under the edge of my jawline, because as you can see, genetics is giving me that double chin that my mom and dad have. Yay! I haven't found a way to get rid of that outside of going and having somebody work on me, and I'm not just really hyper about that. I've had enough surgeries in my life to know I don't want to do that. There we go. Blended that in over the little dark spot, and we're pretty good to go. Okay, so we're going to contour. What I'm going to use today is my little contour packet. We have these on clearance right now because they've come out with some other products to do this with, but the principle is the same, and so it sets up and it shows you how to put your contour on, which is really nice. So we're going to start with our darker shade here. I'm going to get this on our brush. This is a kind of like a cream to powder kind of thing. It's all this makeup is really light. You don't feel it weighing on your face. Once I get my face put on, and I use my setting spray, then it will it'll be dry, and it's absolutely unbelievable, because I've had makeup, again, like I said, when I was younger. We're just going to work that line in there. And this looks kind of rough right now, but wait, because we'll fix it and it'll be all right. But makeup that I tried once or twice when I was a teenager, if something happened and I don't know, I got an itch on my face, and you scratched, you definitely came back with fingernails full of makeup, and well, that's just another level of disgust that you've got to go clean off. So again, who wants to do that? So once we get those lines in there, we're going to go back in and work this in. Blend it in with our other. Just make sure you're blending and not wiping off. Once I kind of get it blended with my brush, then what I like to do is go back again with I would be lost without my little makeup buds, because that'll kind of press it and work those edge lines in that you see there. And now you don't see those lines anymore. So we're working that in. So that was our dark colored contour right there. We got that one in. Okay. So once you get the dark one in, then you're going to turn around and go back now, and we're going to do some highlighting. So the highlighting becomes, absolutely as important as the dark. So, whoa, we just had a camera malfunction there. I am so sorry. Let me try to fix that. I had to plug my phone in because it's wanting to die on me. And the charger is not being my friend. There we go. Okay, I think we're back and going now. So we're going to go in with a lighter, and we're going to highlight. So with this one, little here on the chin, I take some a little down the bridge of my nose, under the eyes and out. There we go. And then they want me to put some of this one here and here, but I have a different highlighter that I prefer to use for that. The one thing I did forget to do with the dark, personal opinions here, I guess, is what matters. I think my nose looks big. So I always take this and run a little down each side of my nose and work that in. And it has a slimming effect to the nose. So I like that. Nobody wants to walk around thinking they got a big old nose. All right. So we got that in. Now, like I said, they're coming out with our product in some different kinds of packaging now. And so what would be the third step in this one is the highlight. It now comes, our a la mode now comes in a stick. And absolutely love this thing. There's just tons of that in there. And it just doesn't take much at all. So the next thing we want to do is we want to put a highlight through here under our cheekbones. I kind of look for where my teeth go together there, and watch this. Slide, and the highlighting is done there. Look at that. Do you see how that immediately defined my cheekbone and pulled in and started tapering my face down? So I'm going to go over on this side again. Do it. And the thing is that what you want to see with this is when you look at me straight on, you're not going to see that. But when I turn, there's a little shine, and it gives you some stuff. The other one's going to be up here above our cheekbone. I'm going to work it in here. And I mean, it just takes a little bit. And if you press down hard with it, you'll put way more on there than you need. So work that one. We're going to go over here and do the same thing. I'm going to pull it in there, run it through. And that works out really well. So do you see that that's starting to pull in? Always run it right down the middle of my nose. That gives you some definition there, and just a little on the tip of your nose. Okay? And then we're going to go out in a fan shape between our eyebrows. Out, up, out. And just work that. So that gives us a little shine there. There we go. Okay. We have one other place to do that, and that's going to be under the eyebrow here. And it will highlight this arc of your eyebrow. Okay. But I'll wait to do that until after I get my eyeshadows on. So I have hooded eyes. So one of the things that makes it a little bit more difficult with a hooded eye is that you don't have the real estate space there to work like folks who don't have that. And so your main color is not going to be on your actual lid. It's going to be in the crease and up some, because obviously we want it to be where it's visible. I'm going to work with this color today because I want to show it to you. I have to tell you, I'm not an orange fan. I don't care for orange, don't like orange. So what color really helps pop blue eyes out a lot? Orange. So this is called Witty. So this one right here. And I'm going to start with this. So what I do is I run my brush straight down it like that. Get a little on the end. And you see where the crease is in there. So I want to go into that crease line. And I want to make a line in there. Okay. So there's my line. And the thing that's really cool about these eyeshadows is that they're buildable. So work them in there and move them around. The more you blend it and the more you work with it, the lighter, it'll spread it. So the lighter it's going to become. I'm going to try not to go quite as light with it today as I normally would, just so you can see that color real well. There we go. Now I'll do some more blending and lightening with that here in a minute. There we go. Alright, so we've got that one covered. Alright. I will say that on the camera, it does look a bit brighter than it is, but that's me working it down. Now, if you want to have this witty and you want it to be bright like that, then you obviously just continue to build it up, and you will hit that very bright color like that. But I need to leave it a little bright to start with, because I'm going to add, had to check my mirror. I'm going to add some color in here, and that's going to tone it down some too. So we want to make sure that we do that. I read all kinds of things about color rules and this goes and that goes, and I listen to it some, and some I don't. Could be my downfall. But I like sparklies. I like sparkly things. And I think in all honesty, I think my chickens appreciate it if I show up outside with a little sparkly on. I mean, highlight for their day too. So if you put something light in the corners, that helps open up the eyes. So I'm going to just put in here a touch. Okay. And this is got a little sparkle to it. This is called our Brilliant here. So yeah, quite bright, light colored. I like it. So I'll put a little there in the corner, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my blending brush and work it in. So I'm gonna work it in towards the center of my eye, and just drag it up and through there. And you see that shifts me now. I have like another color of orange there, because it's lightened it up with my blending it in like that. And she's just going to keep working on that. I have found out that, you watch so many people do videos and stuff, and you think, boy, they just worked and worked and worked to blend that in there. Well, it's a personal preference to a degree. You need to put it to where you like. So I'm just normally a dark color on the outside edge, but we're just going to be silly today and see if I can put some light on that outside corner and open that up a little bit some more still on that side. So I don't want to get a lot on there, just a little. I'm going to do these at the corners so we can work it in. Okay, so got that. So now we're going to blend it back up again, blend it back in. So now we're just working this all through. Let's see. I'm pretty happy with that. I like how it calmed down the orange color a little, but it gave me some light. Potentially looks like I have on several colors of eyeshadow there. You see how it looks a little darker on the outside because I didn't do as much there, but it's lighter here in the middle. Or in the corners in the middle. It's too early on a Friday morning, folks. Can't talk worth the devil. Okay, so here's a little boo-boo that happened to me. I ran out of my brow brush. So it's on its way. But in the meantime, I've got to do something with those brows. And so I'm going to go with a little lighter color today than I normally use. This is our Suspicious eyeshadow. And it's kind of can you see that kind of a brown? Look at that, how much eyeshadow's still in there. I've been digging in this for over 2 months now, and you can't even tell I've used it. But this Suspicious is what I'm going to use. And so again, I'm just gonna run it, like I did with the eyeshadow, and draw a line here, diagonal up into your arch. Diagonal up into the arch, then over the top, and follow that down. And then fill in your little lightened spots here. Never would have thought about using eyeshadow for a replacement of a brow stick, but thanks to my lovely Y sisters, they shared this little hack with me, and it's like, oh, works out so well. And look at that. Nice. Looks good. So, and I like it because, so if I want to have a lighter brow today, I can have that. If tomorrow I want to have a really darker brow, I can have that. Works out very well. So, got that on. I'm going to take my brush and just brush those right quick. Brushing up. Alrighty, there we go. Alright, got brows done. Eyelashes are a big deal. So, do you have big pretty eyelashes? Do you not have big pretty eyelashes? Sometimes age or genetics can thin those for us. I'm not doing this today, but we do have a product, 3D eyelashes. You're going to put on the gel. Then you're going to put on this. Look, I'll show you real quick just because. Look at this. Really fine fibers on there. And so you're going to apply the fibers. Then you're going to do the gel again, and it lengthens those. So no more paying atrocious fees for false eyelashes or infections or irritations from that. You can extend your eyelashes right here. Once you do that, then we have our Epic mascara, and this stuff is amazing. It has properties in it that will help to curl your eyelashes, so you're not sitting around pinching yourself or trying to. I never could function with those little eyelash curlers, There's no need for that with this. It's going to do it for you. So, sorry, let me grab my mirror. It's hard to look straight and do that. But my eyelashes are such a light color because of my natural hair color, which this is my natural hair color. But I've got blonde and brown in it, and so you'll see that, especially like in my eyelashes or my eyebrows. Do you see that? Look at those eyes. No eyelashes, big pretty eyelashes. But my eyebrows are two-toned. They're two different colors because that's how my hair is. So it looks like I have little bald spots in my eyebrows, but really I don't. It's just two colors. Alrighty. There we go. Mascara on, eyelashes now visible. Yay, I like that. Okay, so we have different lip stuff. I just never can decide. What do I want to do for my lips today? But since our Hottie lip plumpers are part of our Kudo package this month, we'll use that. So, like this, it is going to help plump your lips up a little bit. Make sure you get it to the outer edge, of your lip line. Not past, but to it, because that's where the plumping action is going to happen. This will not stay all day, but you're going to get hours, 2 or 3 hours. With this. It's a You know, some lipsticks and stuff will feel real waxy or something like that. This doesn't. It's very silky, very smooth. Because it is a lip plumper, you get a little tingling sensation going on there for a little while. So that's done. That's on there. Looks pretty good. Happy with it. I'm not overly sparkly today, or else I would add some sparkles to it, but we'll save that for another day. Okay, so now I got my eyeshadows on and stuff, and do you see? Look at this. Now watch what's going to happen. I go in and highlight just under that brow. Do you see how that lifted that? Gave me some space in my real estate there. And we go with it. Look at that. Alrighty. Okay, folks, that's got us hooked up for today. I've got my face on. I'm ready to attack this day and do the things that I need to do. Again, please like my video for me, and if you feel like it, subscribe to it. Any hints or tips for me, share those, because we can just all learn together. The link is in my description if you are wanting to purchase or get any further information about any of the products that I've shown you today. All right, you guys have a great day. Enjoy your weekend.